Good afternoon YouTube and welcome back to my channel. For today's video I am with Cara. This is teaching her tricks, the drop-off edition. You can kind of already do drop-offs.
Yeah.
She's learnt them on her own from the technique that she's been practicing whilst learning jumps.
Yeah.
But I've never actually told her how to do it, the correct things to avoid, etc.
Yeah.
We're at Twisted Oaks Bike Park and there's a pretty perfect setup here for learning drop-offs.
Look at all of these.
They're dirt jumps, but we're going to be focusing on drop-offs, aren't we?
In this corner is where the magic happens.
The drop-off training zone.
The training zone. So we've got Diddy little one, the small one. We've got the next size up with 2 logs. A bigger one with 3. And then you've got the whopper over there with 4. The drop-offs I've done before actually don't have a landing. They've just been to flat. Like
jumping off a curb or something
yeah,
like that,
and like when we did our him versus her challenge, I jumped off something quite big, but it was to flat. So I've never had the practice of doing the downhill one. And to me, those are more scary because you're on a slope, so it makes it feel bigger than it actually is.
You're higher because when you're at the top, like if you looked at the top of that, the actual flat ground is all the way down there.
Yeah.
So in your head, that's like a psychological thing, isn't it?
Yeah, massively. It just makes you feel like it's bigger than it really is. So you show us an example.
Okay.
Off the whopper. Whee! And into the sun.
This is how to drop off with me in 1 minute, a quick lesson for you all. So, ride at the drop, unweight the front wheel, keep your weight nice and central, not over the front, not over the back, keeping your fingers off the controls, aim to land 2 wheels together, and roll out the champion. It's really simple. The 4 things that I can think of which you should definitely avoid doing whilst riding drop-offs. The first of those being just pulling up with your arms, because what tends to happen is your head and all your body weight is forward, you're lifting with the arms. When you get to the end of the drop, because your weight's forward, in the air, you're just going to nosedive. The worst thing that you can do off a drop-off. Secondly, leaning back too far, like you're doing a manual, and sitting on the back wheel, because if you do this, it's going to make the front wheel drop instantly and once again send you straight over the handlebars. Third thing that you want to avoid doing is any type of bunny hop, whether that's front wheel then back wheel or 2 wheels together. Completely unnecessary at the top of the drop. All you want to do is ride to the end, like I said, just unweight the wheels and glide off basically. The final thing that you want to avoid doing with any drop off or any jump feature is riding up to it, committing, last minute hesitating, pulling the brakes, anything like that. Just completely avoid it. Say to yourself before you get to the end, I'm going to do it, or on the roll and decide that you're not going to do it, because with a drop, if they do get quite big, you're basically jumping off a scaffold or a cliff in effect. So now that you've taken that in, Cara's taken that in, I can see her listening behind the camera, we're going to get her on the drop off, see how she's doing and see where she can improve. Cara's gone to get her run up and she's going to start with this tiny curb height one, just to show us the technique and what she can do, and then we can give her some pointers from there and improve. Anyway, she's coming in hot. Nice! How was that?
Yeah, it was so funny. It's so tiny. You basically don't even need to drop off that one. You could just roll off of it.
Yeah,
so.
But what it did show...
It's the technique.
Technique. And I think you're ready to try the middle one. One thing that we do need to work on with Cara's drop-offs is the size of the run-up for the smallest thing ever. She's all... You can't even see her. Here she comes. She's going really slow. Oh!
That was easy as well.
You did nosedive a little bit though.
Did I?
Yeah.
Are you joking?
No. I don't know how you nosedive with a 20,000 foot long run up. I think it was because you was actually going too slow. Just pop a little bit more. Keep your weight central. I mean, your weight was central, you just didn't pull up hard enough. Second level, attempt number 2. Perfect.
Did I nosedive that one?
No, that was way better, I think.
Yeah.
You just need to keep your weight tiny bit more
backwards.
back.
This is the thing that I do struggle with actually.
Keeping your weight back.
Weight back. I just hate the idea of being back.
But that's what this is about, practicing, isn't it?
Yeah, definitely.
I mean, actually, there's nothing to worry about. You landed perfectly, you didn't wobble.
No, it actually felt fine as well.
Just a tiny thing would be just to keep your weight back a tiny bit, but that's part of learning, eh?
Are we going up one more now?
Do you wanna?
Yeah.
Okay, let's do the 3 dot level, shall we? 3 log level.
3 dots. 3.
Go on. 3. 1, 2, 3. We've worked our way up to 3 logs. Here she comes. Perfect. You done a little nosedive on that one.
Yeah, I know. I just can't help nosediving because I'll tell you why. It's because I'll end up with such a heavy landing.
Yeah. If you go quicker.
If I go quicker,
you'll land flat. They are quite short, these drops, aren't they? They could do have been a little bit longer.
Yeah.
But then it'd be that much scarier to go off. So they've got a place.
One more go, and then should we go and find some more?
Yeah.
Somewhere
well, there's
else?
some actually a few after, isn't there? Little gap jumps.
A little gap jump, yeah.
You can try that. Yeah, that was good. Tiny nosedive, but nothing to worry about.
Can't help it.
No, nothing to worry about. Are we going to see?
It feels good though. I don't feel like I'm going to die.
Are we going to see you try the bigger one? I think you got it easy.
Let me just have
I want to see it. The viewers want to see it.
Oh no, peer
Cara
pressure
Jane
is
Bill wants to see
finest.
it.
It's not even that bad.
No, it's so easy.
Alright, well if I die, at least I die doing something I like. I was just saying to Tom that I know that You just died on a thing. Look at your foot marks there. I was just saying it's going to land so flat and have such a heavy landing because I was just saying to Tom that I know that I'm going to have such a heavy landing on this one because I'm going to over pedal because I'd rather land heavy and like flat than nosedive, so I'm just going to have to take the hit. Oh my god!
Yeah! She was super nervous with that and she done good because she did go quite far. Let's have an action replay. I need to sit back.
I landed sorry.
Your technique was perfect.
Was it?
It's just that dropped short.
Yeah, I landed so heavy, didn't I?
Yeah. Do you want to do the full line?
No, I'm fine. I'm fine. Let's go have a look.
Because there's always one next to it if not.
Yeah, I can always change the line. Just had a look at the second one. So the first one I did, and then it comes down to this little bit here. Gaps, yeah. So this one, I've done this one.
That's big, that one at the end is actually.
It's huge. There's no way. I'm not going to attempt that today because I've never ever done gaps before, and that's just stupid.
That's a whole new
lesson,
yeah,
isn't it? Another lesson.
But there's a little gap here, look.
Yeah, so I've done this one. That's where I've been going from doing the drops here. So,
you're going to do a whole line? Shall I cut it together as a bit of a...
Yeah, do you want to do a bit of a montage?
Yeah. Oh my god, yes! Dropping in with the follow cam. Send it, Cage. Yo! Double. Yeah! Woo! Did you want to hit that bigger one while we're here or not?
No.
Too much today?
Yeah.
Fair play. It is quite a bit bigger, isn't it? Important thing though, like the stage you're at now, you're learning to jump, you're starting to clear gaps. There's still the odd one that goes a bit sketchy and not to plan.
Yeah.
But it's important, you can almost bite off too much in one session if you're not careful.
Yeah.
You've done big drop-offs today.
Yeah.
You've hit a gap jump for the first time today.
Yeah.
Let's not get too greedy and send everything in one day.
You just need to, I think...
Stay within your limit.
I think the one thing that I have learned from doing all of this is that I need to perfect one thing before I then do something else, because I know in other sessions that I've had before I think, yeah, sick, that's so good, I'm really stoked, I've managed to do it, and then I go on to something that's way too big and end up crashing and hurting myself, and then it sets me back 10 steps back.
So that's the thing, you could almost go like, well, you've done one gap jump today, brilliant, I'll hit the next bigger one, crash on that, and that wipes your confidence on everything that you've learned today. So you're best to like remember what you've done, feel it, feel good, you know, it's only time, isn't it? You'll come back and smash that other one another time.
Yeah, for sure. We're at the expert zone now, and there is a whole line of drop-offs. As you can see, they start off very small.
And bigger.
And bigger.
And bigger. They come all the way down the hill. It's a whole line of drop-offs. Absolutely perfect feature for practicing drop-offs if you're just learning the technique, because there's so many in a row. The speed's there. There's no landings like the other ones, but just look how sick they look up through the trees, all of them. So we're going to change to long lens, and KJ's going to send it down. Here she comes, practicing that technique. Oh, she's coming with real speed now. Yow, yeah! Nice one, KJ. That was sick. Well done. You could already do drop-offs like we said, but
it's just perfecting the technique.
Perfecting the technique. The only thing I'd say, just make sure there's a few nosedives at the start, wasn't there?
Yeah.
Just make sure that you do keep your weight central, if not back slightly. Not too far back. Same goes for any of you guys that are struggling. Don't lean forward basically, but don't go so far back that you're going to try and backflip off of it, because that's just ridiculous. Yeah. Any pointers for the guys?
I would say just, if you're going to do them, then just do them, because 9 times out of 10 you probably will land them. But just don't hesitate, because when you hesitate, that's when you'll most
Yeah.
likely go over the bars.
The good thing with drop-offs, if you hit jumps, you might hit one jump and then there's a slightly bigger one and you go, oh yeah, I'll try that. But the ramps are different shapes, different steepnesses, different curves, so it's different. Drop-offs, the good thing, when they're flat, they're all exactly the same.
Yeah, they just get
The only
bigger.
thing that varies is your speed. The technique doesn't change whatsoever.
Yeah,
So,
for sure.
but anyway, on that note, that is the end of this video. Give us a thumbs up if you enjoyed it, leave some comments below, and we will both see you guys in the next video.